Every 2 years, we engage with the state of Indiana in a discussion about our biennial budget process. And we talk to the state about the value of a Purdue degree, about the value of Purdue to the economy of Indiana. And in the process of doing that, we have identified this time around 5 drivers that we think are emerging and are going to play a very large role in the future direction of Purdue University and the way it interacts with the state of Indiana. One of those drivers we talked about in our last video message, and that was active learning. We talked about the impact project and the fact that new technology and new learning research is changing the way that we teach, changing the way our students learn. There's another large driver that we talk about quite a bit and we've been engaged in discussing for at least 2 or 3 years, and that is the shifting funding priorities and shifting funding sources for universities, especially public research universities and land-grant universities like Purdue. That is happening at the state level. There are a lot of changes in the way that the state sets its priorities. The state is very supportive of higher education, but there are many other forces working on a limited revenue stream. We talked about the federal budget and the fact that we're about to enter some very difficult times potentially. And you put all that together and it was the basis for our decadal funding plan. I'd like to focus on 3 more drivers that are emerging over the past several months to a couple of years. One of those drivers is the return of manufacturing. And when I say that, I'm being somewhat optimistic, because if you looked at the statistics in terms of job losses in the state of Indiana and throughout the country, we've lost something like 200,000 manufacturing jobs in the last 10, 12 years. And we've seen those jobs replaced. Those are typically high-wage jobs, replaced with service jobs or lower-wage jobs. And that's resulted in a gradual decline in the median income for Hoosiers in the state of Indiana. And it's a nationwide trend as well. But Indiana, having its strong reliance on manufacturing historically, has suffered more than others. But we're starting to see a rebound and a rethinking of the role of the state and the role of Purdue University in developing our economy through manufacturing, but a different kind of manufacturing. It's not the lower wage, lower skilled jobs that we're talking about here. We're talking about really high-tech manufacturing. We're talking about maybe fewer jobs, but very much higher skill sets required, a greater and deeper education required, and the opportunity in Indiana to take advantage of our resources, human and otherwise, to be a leader in the nation in developing a new manufacturing economy. You're hearing at the national level a lot of discussion about the need to rebuild our manufacturing economy. Purdue wants to be in a position and is equipped to be in a position to help Indiana lead that transformation. The other 2 drivers that are related are the need for higher skilled, more engineers, technologists, and scientists contributing to our economy. And we've been challenged by the federal government to generate or to educate something on the order of 10,000 more engineers and technologists in the U.S. over the coming years. That would be an increase from about 120,000 today to 130,000. Now, Purdue isn't going to do this by itself, but we feel that a Purdue degree, especially for our engineers and technology students and our science students, is of very high value. We feel like if anybody's going to do this in the U.S., it ought to be Purdue taking the lead. The other areas that are important to consider are the changes in the way that industry is treating R&D. They have over years started the process of outsourcing research and development, looking for partners in universities, national labs, or contract research companies. And we can be a major player in that, and Purdue is committed to becoming a better partner. We've always been strong in terms of our industrial relationships, but there's much more we can do. So that driver is one that we're really happy to answer, and we see great opportunity going forward. Of the 3 emerging drivers that I just mentioned, we see a lot of synergy between those 3, and it's playing right into Purdue's strength. Purdue has always had strengths in those areas, and we're in a situation right now where the state, the nation, even globally, we're getting a lot of attention for our ability to respond, and we want to be able to do so in all three of those areas. I'm here in the Michael Golden Labs, where we have a strength for many, many decades in advanced manufacturing. We have advanced manufacturing research going on in many of our departments, in Discovery Park. We have an opportunity going forward to build on those strengths, to really reinforce them, and to become a major player for the state of Indiana in rebuilding and strengthening its economy and the nation as a whole. Thanks for your attention, and thank you for joining me today.